Okay, so we just got out of Alita Battle Angel.
What are an absolute piece of shit.
Some things are better left forgotten.
They should have kept it in Japanese as an anime. That was the worst crossover into American. Like, nah, it was all. They should have called it Battle Angel Lolita. The sexual tension in that movie. My God.
We got David here. What were your thoughts?
As many in-depth thoughts into the Japanese culture as Tim does, but I would say I'm just gonna throw out a number, like a ranking.
Wait, we gotta wait for that. We gotta build up to that.
Okay, we're building.
So we gotta build up to that. So
I would say
we were watching this movie and we cannot stop laughing.
It was hilarious.
9 out of 10
it's,
for entertainment value.
It's not even her real face. They took a human image and gave her like shoujo anime manga fucking eyes. The whole movie. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so from there, at least for me, from my standpoint, like I already check out because I'm
Emma Stone turned into a hentai character, and that it would have been better had it been a hentai film. Honestly, if it would have been giving it a PG, like if the only way this movie could have been any better, where if you gotta show some ass.
Well, okay, well that's you said we gotta show some ass.
It was PG-13. It was PG-13. It should have been R.
We're not talking about.
It's not even just about. The thing is, it's not even about showing ass. It's not even about that.
It would have been. That's how it should have been.
All right. Well, okay, but not even like beyond that, because it was this girl that with these cartoon eyes. Like I already check out. Like okay, it's a robot. We're talking.
What was the budget?
$200 million.
What did they gross?
It was $200 million. They got #1 over the weekend.
Really?
I think they got $46 million this weekend. And then another $52 million overseas.
America.
So
They're halfway there already.
they're halfway there, pretty much. But like, we're watching dude, the audience that we were with. It was a sold-out audience, by the way. Did you guys?
Yes,
could you guys tell?
We were in the front row. We were in the
The
front
only
row.
reason why we know it was a sold-out audience is because when we were getting the tickets, they said that we only have front row. Other than that, we would not have known it was sold out because there was. You could hear a pin drop in this audience.
Like we're experiencing like maybe some of the funniest lines in movie history. Just throw down. You know, like one-liners, and then we're just absolutely dying laughing, and then you just hear like there was one lady that caught 2 lines in the whole movie. There was a lady behind us to our like
To our left.
yeah,
back
to our
left.
like, 9 o'clock. she laughed at 2 moments in the movie. We laughed at maybe what 20, 30 moments in the movie were absolutely hilarious.
The whole time, yeah. We were laughing the whole time because
ridiculous.
it took itself so seriously. And all their lines were like, they tried to make them one-liners, but they weren't like...
It was like, oh,
talk about going to camp.
Yeah.
That was summer camp and concentration camp.
Jeez. Yeah, that's good. That's the one way of describing it.
Send me to fucking concentration camp.
The one lines were like from like a. It'd be like watching like an old Jean-Claude Van Damme movie or something. And some Russian bad guy comes in and says, "Oh crap, I'm going to die," and that was supposed to get.
He's like, before you die, I'm going to kill you. And it's like,
Food? Okay, so I'm a fan of the original concept. I like the manga. I like the anime. Was it anime or was it manga?
Yeah, it was
manga before anything.
what's
right?
the difference between manga and anime?
Manga is a comic book. Anime is a cartoon.
Oh, so there's no difference.
No, there's a huge difference.
Exactly, there's no difference.
Exactly.
But in any case, I grew up. This was one of those titles for me that was.
Here we go.
Oh, you want to be a critic? It's Siskel and Ebert over here. This was a title that as a child I remember like hearing good things about it, but not having any translations in English. And I don't read Japanese. I don't speak Japanese, so it was like one of those things. Like this is the coolest shit that's out in Japan right now, but you can't have it unless you want to like watch it dubbed, right? And I remember seeing like I think somebody had a dubbed copy of it in anime. I kind of knew the backstory, but this was, I mean, my God. It's like Japan and America tried to have a baby and that baby came out just fucked up. Like, this movie sucked. This movie was awful. There was not, like, the only reason I enjoyed this movie was laughing through it. Like,
We had a great time. We did have a great time.
it was not inspiring. It did not make me have thoughts for the future or inspire any hope in me. It literally was a laugh fest. And that's I love it. It's going down as like one of the campiest sci-fi movies I have ever seen in my life. And I've watched Turkish Star Wars.
Turkish Star Wars? Is that a whole movie? Or is that Star Wars in Turkish?
And I've seen Japanese Planet of the Apes too.
Wow. Dude, yeah. It was like the whole time. We could not help but laughing. Every single line.
Me and Tremaine have had this same experience before, I must say, like going to see a movie in the theater and literally feeling like the only ones laughing because apparently nobody else in the entire theater got the memo that this is like a comedy that nobody, it's an unlocked, untapped comedy that nobody knows it's a comedy.
It shows you how stupid like your average moviegoer is. It's a 2:15 matinee on a Sunday and we're the only voices laughing at this. Like people actually got excited to go out and see like a sci-fi movie and they're trying to like compose themselves. They're like, oh, this is serious. Like, this is not fucking serious. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like you could hear a pin drop again. Like, no one was reacting to anything, even when it was serious.
It's super serious. Like, the actors getting close and they're telling this like story about their background and stuff. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. They're telling stories about their background. Like, the whole audience bought into that. Like, oh my god, like, wow. And we're just over here just laughing at like.
There's some heavy like fascist undertones in that too, right? Because she's a fucking Panzerkunst. They're like, oh, it's a Panzer.
You're a Panzerkunst. It's like
the lead male actor is like could have played in what was that movie with Brad Pitt?
That was
Nazi movie.
Christoph Waltz.
Oh,
that was him.
Oh,
yeah.
it wasn't.
That was Chris. That was
played the exact same guy.
He was a bounty hunter again, like he is in Django Unchained.
Basically Hans
No, I
Landa.
was thinking of.
No, I know what you were thinking.
Bastards.
I know.
Yeah.
But in Inglourious Bastards, where he's a bounty hunter, essentially, kind of as well. But
He plays the same.
It's very much like this, like,
there was one line where he said a line. It was like, and we both looked at each other, like David and I. We're like, Tommy Wiseau. It might as well have been Tommy Wiseau in that movie because he would have been a better job because it was such a joke of a role.
Like I don't like.
Tommy Wiseau would have killed that role.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
Christoph Waltz, he's a good actor.
But he was playing Tommy Wiseau in the movie. Like, why not just get Tommy Wiseau to play him?
Talk to me, please!
It has the power I need. I feel a connection to it. I can't explain. This could be who I am.
I'm tired. I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
Respond to me.
I would do anything for my girl.
I knew that ship. I've been on others like it, haven't I? Haven't I?
I treat you like a princess, and you stab me in the back.
I'm a warrior, aren't I?
You're just a little chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
You play the Nazi officer par excellence, but here you find yourself cast in an American remake of a Japanese sci-fi. It makes it weird. It's like, oh, Alita.
He's suddenly some villain. Mind I say, there was a lot of really like, if you dug into it a little bit, a lot of really rapey undertones in this movie from the father. Like, hey, Alita, you will do whatever I say. And
My God.
like, it was just like, it was bizarre.
That part's up to you.
It was to the point where it was like, we were looking at each other like, I know this is an animated character.
It should be
but,
called
like,
Battle Angel Lolita. My God.
The other guy, Hugo, the boyfriend, he's like, you're gonna do whatever it takes, right?
It's a harsh world down here. You gotta be willing to do what it takes.
He's like, you gotta be able to do whatever it takes. And it's like, it seemed like this whole casting couch robot type thing.
It was strange.
That we got these vibes from.
Honestly, this movie should have been called Cyborg Casting Couch. Because that's what it was.
But then it was like, there's the, what is it? It's not Zion, it's
Zalem.
Gollum. Yeah, so they're talking about Gollum the whole time.
Zion.
Like, they took all the generic parts of all these big movies and put them together into one. And then you have Alita
episode
Battle.
1, there was like a big, it was like basically
The pod race, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, from the beginning.
It was just like that, except less exciting. Less
They were on
exciting.
rollerblades.
Yeah.
Like, it's like shitty parts of the Matrix. Shitty parts
Blade.
of American Beauty. And Blade.
And Blade,
but
yeah.
Herschel, oh my God. It's like they don't remember that we're only 30 years old. Like, I grew up watching The Matrix.
Right.
And Blade.
They're trying to pull this whole thing on out of their eyes. So we haven't seen any of this before. 10 times better. 10 years ago. Right. 20 years ago. This movie
Two
sucked.
out of 10.
Yeah, that's.
And the two only comes from the laughs, and because the robot was kind of hot. Wish you would have.
Click that like button.
Like the thing is though, the robot looked like a cartoon. Like I didn't like. She could have. David said it could have been Mila Kunis or Emma Stone. It could have been. If it was Mila Kunis's face, like her face on the angel, I would have felt more of a connection to this girl. I would have felt like, okay, this could have been cool. This could have been. But instead, it looked like this goofy computer animated bug-eyed girl. And
well, it was an actress. It was an actual actress's face, right? That we don't know. They could have definitely made it an actress that we could connect with, that we've known and seen in film before. But I don't know, was it fully computer generated or was it an
It was all like in the studio pretty much. Like or that whole movie pretty much was in the
Fans of
studio.
Christoph Waltz, stick with Django, stick with Inglourious Bastards. There's nothing to see here. Don't waste your time.
Right. Oh, and I agree. And the problem is I love Robert Rodriguez. I think he's a super talented filmmaker. But I don't know where he missed the mark. He's taking himself too damn seriously.
Yeah.
Like he never used to take himself this seriously. It's like Sin City 1, Sin City 2 were incredible. Fun films. They had a lot of stuff in it, but then this was like they took out all the humor, but all the humor was unintentional. Like all these lines.
It's honestly lost in mistranslation. Like I said earlier, had this movie actually been filmed as an anime with Japanese voice actors, it would have been brilliant. But there's something that's lost in translation when you translate semi-serious mecha Japanese anime into English. Like it just becomes campy, like by default. I don't know how we get over that. I don't know how we fix that. Better translators, better something. I don't know, but this was a fucking
This is, but David, you made a good point because you were like, well, it's like comic book characters talking to each other.
Yeah.
They're all like they seem like comic book bubbles. Which
when you read a comic book,
doesn't
like
work
you're
in
not
American
reading
English.
like
It
a
doesn't-
huge script.
it doesn't
You're reading
work.
little blurbs, like small little speech bubbles, and like that's the way the entire dialogue was in the movie was in small like comic book little blurbs.
Right, like
Which would work in a
every
comic
scene,
book.
every
It would
scene
work in a
could have been
comic
screenshotted and redrawn. Bless you, as a manga,
Thank you.
right? Like, and it would work in the style of manga, right? Like, I believe in you, like.
right. It's like one. I believe in you. And then like, and then it goes to the next frame like I'm gonna kill you, and then it's like I can't believe what you did.
But they
And
were
then it's
making
like
it to be so serious in the
That's
movie.
how
Like this
manga
is
works,
a
right?
deep
Like,
dialogue. Like,
friends
instead of like
forever.
a funny like pow, here's a funny line insert here. They didn't do
It's
it like
like
that.
super close up of the shoujo eyes, like I love you, love me forever, hug, kill the enemy. Like that works. That works like in a manga,
right.
But in an American with all white actors speaking English, it just comes off as the campiest fucking thing ever made. Congratulations, Alita Battle Angel. You win the Tim Evans Award. The most campy shit I've watched in a minute. And I've seen them all.
yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, when we are looking at Tommy Wiseau as being the main actor of this film, which he would have done a better job than Christoph Waltz.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
That's a
He would
statement.
have embodied that character.
He would have
that
embodied that
was
character. He would have worked really well because it is a joke. The whole character, like, oh, but I love you. It's like, don't go out with him.
You are part of my life. You are everything. I could not go on without you.
It's just like all these lines that Tommy Wiseau could have taken and it would have really worked really well. But instead it's Christoph Waltz who takes himself really seriously, which is a really good actor, but the lines did not, like the
felt like
writing, the dialogue was just awful.
It felt like almost like he didn't understand the art of like delivery of a line. Like he, like, oh, I'm speaking another language and I cannot deliver this line in a way that would be funny or amusing in any way.
Your very human brain was miraculously intact.
Get out! Get out! Get out of my life!
Had they made this an R-rated film, I feel like this would be groundbreaking. Christoph Waltz is fucking Umber. This is Nabokov and Gundam mixed together.
She was so beautiful. And I say hi to her.
Lolita and Gundam had a baby. That's what
His name is Alita.
It's called Alita.
So did you just order fries and olives?
Sure did. It's vegan.
Yeah. Oh, you're vegan now.
I've been vegan for like years, bro.
Oh,
What's
okay.
that?
Is that beer vegan?
Beers aren't. Yeah. There's no. It's not a bacon beer.
It should be.
But I am a beamer boy. I'm a dreamer boy.
Okay, so overall, you said 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. Only because I was like.
Click that like button and subscribe.
Oh my goodness, Chris. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna go. I'm going 4.8 out of 10.
Wow.
4.8 out of 10 because I was entertained. I would give it a 3.
Yeah.
With the 1.8 was like the camaraderie of our friendship watching this movie, which made it hilarious. No, but I gotta stand by that. I'm gonna say 4.8. I was entertained. I had a good time. It was honestly, I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I thought there was like a lot of comedy in it that wasn't like
Intentional? Yeah.
which I love. I love when it's not intended comedy because it makes it more funny. But I actually thought it was a pretty decent movie, so I'm gonna say 4.8.
At this point in the game, it's 2019. If I want a good script, I'm gonna go.
Click that like button and subscribe right now.
What a story, Mark.
It's trying to be like The Matrix. It's trying to be clever. It's trying to be like Blade. They have so many generic characters into it.
Right.
There's like these robots in it. It's gonna be like trying to be like Star Wars. Trying to be like iRobot. I love Robert Rodriguez, and I feel bad saying this, but I give this movie a 3 out of 10. The only reason why I give it a 3 out of 10 is because of our laughs, and that's like giving it a really good rating. Because other than that, it would be like a 0 out of 10 movie. Like this movie was terrible. It was bad. It was like beyond bad. But it wasn't unwatchable though. It was not unwatchable. It was funny because if you watch with friends, like when they left, there's a scene where both these guys went to the bathroom, and I'm trying to watch this movie. I'm like, man, it sucks. Then I started laughing to myself, but it wasn't nearly as funny. It's like you have to watch with friends, you gotta watch with some buddies, and have a good time with it.
Because, by the way,
Don't watch this with anybody that you're sexually uncomfortable with.
the other 75 people in the theater behind us were like taking it super seriously, like, oh yeah, definitely, like, help her out, like, oh yeah, wow. Like, how does nobody? My mind is blown that nobody in the theater behind us. By the way, we're in the very front row. We were a little late. Nobody behind us is going, oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Like, how
except for
high is
us. Like, are
everybody
you
watching
kidding
this
me?
movie?
Like,
I think everybody was.
nobody.
Right, no one had a sense of humor, or like everyone thought it was like everyone took it all seriously.
Wow.
But then they all left. Like no one had any reaction to anything. So that's a
We're the
terrible
last
sign.
people in
Like
there.
we're the only ones that had a sense of humor that had a reaction, which was laughter during this movie, and everyone else just left. It was like the Sacramento Public Library, essentially. Like, we might as well, it's like
Absolutely.
it's a sold out, packed audience, and you would think people would be reacting like, if they were into it, like they would have been reacting to it, but no one was reacting to it.
They just they're just quiet the whole fucking movie and they walk out like nothing happened.
They watched. They looked at
the popcorn girl like what?
No, they
Yeah, right. Like Poppy Girls were like,
I'm sorry. It's not your fault, love. Don't worry.
They're like, we should have like, it's all your fault. We need a refund.
No, I feel like everybody looked at the Rotten Tomatoes review. Honestly, I'm gonna say this right now. I think people, before they go see a movie, because Rotten Tomatoes like gives them like this weird idea in their head. They're like, oh, I have to like this movie, I have to dislike this movie.
I think this got a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So Rotten Tomatoes gave it like this like no reaction. You know, if it were terrible, if it were awesome, people would have reacted. But like Rotten Tomatoes gave it like this middle of the ground, like it's pretty good, but not that great. So people, I think, fell into that reaction and just go, 61, maybe a 57.
Right, like I need to kill
70.
2.5 hours
and
of my life.
nobody actually reacted. Whereas we would rate it as a 91 in comedy and maybe a 52 in like.
That's generous. Like probably in an actual movie, like 20.
I needed 3 beers to get through this movie.
They're gonna kill you.
Which ones?
All of them. How could you allow that?
Right.
I was drunk enough to like laugh at the funny parts and like not too into it to like be like this is awful, right? Right. I'm not gonna tear it apart. Like I'm not gonna be mean about it.
Yeah, you don't need to be mean about it.
I've been pretty fucking mean.
Well,
no, worthy effort. Try harder next time. And my biggest thing is like
it took them over 5 years to make this movie.
I gave you 7 years of my life.
you might want to jump off the fucking bridge.
God Forgive me.
Could you imagine it took you 5 years to make this movie, and then this is what you have to show, and then at the end it says this movie hired 15,000 people. 15,000 people
like it's
for
like
this
it's
piece of crap movie.
Some sort of job creator.
300 of those guys were like serving like Subway sandwiches for the cast.
How about I make a new? How about I change the law to make if you make a shit movie, you got to go to prison. and we'll create 15,000 jobs to staff these prisons.
Right.
And Hollywood keeps making this bullshit, so
Yeah,
you better
dude.
be careful.
Yeah, it's like the thing is like I respect all filmmakers for hiring and creating jobs because I'm a filmmaker myself, which you should watch RIDESHARE on Amazon Prime right now, right here, right now. But I didn't hire 15,000 people. I hired 50 people, right?
15 people.
15, right. I hired half of a person, and they don't even consider themselves people. So, no, just kidding.
Well, if Alita takes off, you're gonna hire a cyborg to come work on your movie. My favorite was the nurse.
Yeah.
Oh no!
They keep showing the nurse. Nurse says nothing. Yeah,
Is this
let's
some
talk
sort
about
of
this.
like one flew over the cuckoo's nest at the same time, nod like.
I felt awkward because the nurse
Didn't say a word.
The thing is,
Said
I felt
four-
awkward. The nurse is African American. I think she's one of the only black people in the movie. They kept cutting to her.
Well,
Was she-
besides Mahershala
What's the Times guy?
By the way, big up. I'm sorry, Mahershala. St. Mary's Brethren, class of 2012. If you see this, sorry, knocking on you. House of Cards was the shit.
She was in House.
Try again, homie. Try
No,
again.
the guy.
Oh, he was in House.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, the
like,
two black people, the one female black girl that was in it, they kept cutting to her, but she didn't say anything.
Give her a line. She looked like she was ready to say a line. She looked
Every
like,
single time they cut to her, it seems like she was gonna
she
say
looked
something.
like she was prepared. She was like, I'm coming to this movie. Like, give me a line. I'm ready to say it. And they would always just give her two. She had a 2-word maximum in her lines. Like,
No, she said 2 words twice. She said 4 words total. It was a whole movie.
Yeah.
And they kept cutting to her though, like she's about to say something, then they cut away, and she'd like have a reaction like.
it was like
Or
they
like-
were trying to meet this quota of like we need to diversify. Yet every time they showed her, they didn't give her a line. It's like you're making yourself look more
Racist or
more
something.
racist.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. It was weird.
Give her a line.
It was weird. It made me feel
Give her a line
uncomfortable.
or stop showing her in every. scene.
But it's like any cut. It could have been any cutaway character. They could have kept cutting away. It doesn't matter if it was her or if it was anything, but it kept cutting
give
away
her
to
a
her.
line.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie.
She didn't say anything. She kept having a reaction on her face, but then they never showed her anything. Yeah.
That's what bummed me out. You've recycled every.
I give it 3.3 out of 10. 4.8 out of 10.
Did I say 4.8? Yeah,
Yeah.
4.8. Almost fine. So you guys are like, woo, 4.8 is so good. Why would you give that?
4.8's like so bad it's good though.
As soon as you
Rating.
hit 7, you're in a like
You're in a good
comfortable
zone.
You're like,
Good
this
zone.
is good.
It's a good movie.
8 and 9, of course, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But like, I would say a 4.8 is. Maybe I rated it a little high. Maybe that's.
Yes, that's the thing.
Maybe a little high.
He's debating with a 4.8 is too
3.8.
high. 3.8. Okay, that's more fair.
But I can't go back on my. I already said.
No, you said 4.8.
No,
But that's to be a comedy because of the comedy and the humor that we had as comedy.
If there was no comedy, 3.8.
If there's no
Which is like
comedy,
a pretty
1,
low
like a
good
1.
movie.
Yeah, like none, like not even watch. I would have walked out. If there was no unintentional comedy, I would have walked out. We just said like, hey, let's go watch Lego Movie 2 or something.
I would have.
I was joking with you, Jermaine, saying Max Sennett, the ghost of Max Sennett is gonna pop out and be like, here I am, like, hey, I'm gonna need you to take a little more off.
Max too.
Max Sennett was the original casting couch director in the 20s.
No, I don't.
Sennett's Bathing Beauties. But yeah, bro, like, so many, I'm gonna need you to do a little bit more.
Yeah,
This
dude.
job's very competitive.
There was a lot of that.
We want to have you show a little bit more skin.
It's a harsh world down here. You gotta be willing to do what it takes.
And then he goes, I'm with her. He's like, I'm with her. It's like, okay, all right, I get it. You voted for Hillary Clinton. Congratulations.
But yes,
It was a nod to that.
so many fucking just creepo moments. I called him C-creepio. The whole.
By the way, you walked out when he said, what was his big line, the C-creepio, when he was like, Danger Will Robinson, but it wasn't Danger Will Robinson, it was like, what was it? What was the line he said?
There's somebody that, do you have what it takes?
yeah.
No, but the C-3PO character was like,
well been like, how are you gonna set yourself aside from the other robot? We're gonna need a little bit more.
Right, yeah, it's like, we're gonna need a little bit more. We needed to try a little bit harder.
I need you to,
Click that like button.
yeah, yeah, it was like...
It was terrible. It was awful.
Awful vibes. Awful vibes. We got.
Creeper to the max.
Yeah.
I literally felt like I was watching Casting Couch with Gundam.
Something Tim regularly visits.
Mobile Suit Gundam meets Casting Couch is what this movie
The whole movie was like, it's them in front of a green screen, the whole movie. Which is like, I understand that's what Sin City was, that's what Sin City 2 was, but they did it in a stylized way that you believed it. You were involved in the character. This, it was like, okay, oh, they're in front of a green screen.
You do it in a way that you're actually looking at them and going, wow, like, this is weird because I'm imagining them literally sitting down on like a bench together, like
a green bench.
Yeah, green bench with a green wall behind them.
So here's the thing, like this movie definitely took a lot from Elysium, right? And Elysium did a great job of like juxtaposing.
I don't want to spoil my appetite.
The plight of like poor, overpopulated, post-industrial world. And then here's the colonies up here. Elysium really got that because there's people dying from cancer and there's people dying from pollution. In this movie, it's like, oh, we're just all having fun down here on Earth. And then we also know that Zion or Zolem's like even better up there. But they don't say why it's better up there. They don't. And it's like life looks pretty fucking good down on Earth. Like, not gonna lie, like you're going to robot rollerblade fights and you got cool shit and you got booze and I don't know, like...
Which you never showed one image. They never showed one image of what this... Like, this is like the ultimate of like...
everybody want to go to Zion?
But that was the intention, though. Like, halfway through, I'm like, there's no way we're going to go to Zalem. We're just not going to... Like, but it was all set up for them to go to Zalem. But it's that hidden thing where it's like... It's a...
the grass is greener on the other side?
No, it's MacGuffin. It's like, you think it's about this, but then it's not. It's like this hidden thing. It's like a treasure chest. It's like we're going for this treasure chest, and you find out there's nothing in the treasure chest, or the treasure was found 2,000 years ago, and there was nothing in it. Like, that was it. That's a MacGuffin, and that's exactly what Zalem was. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you should have said that like
maybe that's
30 seconds ago.
Okay.
Editing.
Maybe there's even more. Had they made the movie only about this, spoilers, but the moon attack. When she's first starting to wake up and remember that she was like part of this like siege of the moon. That was tight. Like I got.
Please subscribe to Hey Ho Studios right now for the best videos on planet Earth.
Armies invading the moon and Earth colony armies fighting them at the moon. Like, that's sick enough. Like, I don't need this cyborg shit, you know? Like, just make a cool space war movie. I don't know. And that's what really traps my ass, bro, is like, be smart, Hollywood. Be smart. Like, I'm over here reading fucking manga in my attic, and I can write a fucking better sci-fi movie than this shit.
Like, that dialogue was so bad.
It was awful.
There was a line where David said, someone literally got paid to say that, to write this, or they're like, or he goes like, someone literally wrote this and was like, yeah, that's a good line right there. I forget what the line was, but it was like, it was so disposable though, just bad.
Just bad, but like, I'm not upset. Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I made a million inappropriate jokes throughout the whole movie. Like,
yeah. So yeah, we all did.
It's
and appropriate too, if you think about it.
It's not okay though. Like it's more. It's a movie.
Say it.
It is Lolita in space. Like I'm not gonna get off like the connection to the name. Like they knew what they were doing in calling it Alita Battle Angel.
But that's the anime version, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's the original. But even in the anime essence, like there is like that creepy like daddy element in it that's just driving me nuts. It
seemed weird. It seemed like he was trying to get her to. It seemed like a lover at first, but then it's the daughter. But then he's like, "Oh, you got a great body now," and it's like
it's super weird.
This is weird.
He's like,
weird.
He's like, I built you with this technology, right? And we even joke like,
right? Yeah.
I built you $1 million set of tits.
Like, dude, this movie was asking for a parody.
Right?
Like, I wanted a parody. This was so bad.
He's like this cybernetic scientist, right? And he builds this like prepubescent Gen 1 model for like And then after she gets her ass kicked, he rebuilds it with the fucking Martian technology. Like she got like tits for days. And he's like, oh, I made you I made you the most sophisticated way I could. It's like, oh yeah, I bet you did, daddy. Like.
Then she goes with the Hugo guy. She's like, oh, I can feel like touches like.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can feel you I can feel all of you. It's like, oh my God.
It's like, man, this is like so embarrassing. Like, it could have been a better thing because it honestly was essentially all computer animated. It could have been better.
There
it's
was
like either
no
you go
need to shoot it with
like,
live humans.
Either you make everything live humans or you make everything hentai, and you know what I mean. It was like there's no in between, and they try to do both, and it just didn't work. And the thing is, they don't go anywhere. They don't do anything. When you think about it, they didn't go anywhere. They didn't accomplish anything. They just had bounty hunters that they fought, and that was it. That was the whole movie. Like there's nothing that she accomplished. They're trying to go to Zion or Zalem.
Zaman. What's up, Zaman?
It doesn't even matter. Zaman, Zalem, whatever it is. It really doesn't matter. But because ultimately they're in the same crappy town. They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything, and that's the whole movie. Like she gets a better body. She wants to fight. She wants to survive. But the bounty hunters were supposed to be good, but then they were bad at the same time. So that didn't make any sense. It was filled with potholes. It was filled with bad. Final words, Tim.
Final words. To all producers and directors that would wish to
Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron
engage in the anime to live action crossover, know your audience, know your language. I don't care if it's Japanese to America. I don't care if it's fucking French to German. Whoever gives a flying fuck. Know your audience and don't try to take a whole generic. According to the genre, do not try to take a whole thing and translate it into something that's untranslatable, because you're gonna make a shit fucking movie and everybody's going to laugh at you. But it was entertaining and I had fun with my boys, so 2 out of 10. Hey, congratulations, 20%.
That's pretty good. That 20% was well earned. 30% for me. It was a fun time. We had a good time watching it. It was entertaining to say the least. Robert Rodriguez, you're a big inspiration to me. You kind of fell off the wagon, dude. Bring it back up. Come on now. I expect a lot better from you. Bring the humor back to these movies. A lot of unintentional humor in this movie. It was pretty bad. Check yourself before you wreck yourself and make the sequel. Cheers, you guys. Cheers. 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 Oh, hey, cheers. Cheers, guys. Oh, hey, cheers. Okay, final words, David.
Final words,
Tim
I would
just-
say worth it. Honestly, I don't normally say this. Go see the movie. Go see it for yourself. Let us know what you think. I'm giving it a middle of the road rating. Like I want to give it like a terrible rating, but I had so much fun that I am having a hard time doing that. I want to say like, what did I say? 4.8.
4.8. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that. Go see it. Tell us what you think. I say 4.8. 4.8. I'm sticking
fair
to
enough.
it.
Sticking to it. Sticking
I
to
had
it.
a good time. I didn't think it was a terrible movie. Terrible, absolutely terrible writing. Terrible lines. Just a god-awful script.
Actors were pretty bad, too.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
You are the most human person I have ever met.
A lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Guy, then he dies. Spoiler alert, he dies.
You're supposed to say spoiler alert before you say he dies.
He dies twice. He dies human form, then they put him in a robot body, and then he dies again. And that was the cheesiest death. He's got one arm. Can we just talk about that for a second? Let's just talk about that.
I missed that part. I missed that part.
Oh, so he died. The human version of him died. And so Alita brings him back to her doctor, Daddy. And then Daddy's like, I'm gonna put you on a good body. So he had a good body. And then he goes, then he tries to go up to Zion. He tries to go up to Zion, or what's it called? He's trying to go up to Zion. Zoloft. Zion. Whatever the hell it is. Don't mess with the No, that was not Zoloft. It was something else.
No.
This guy just took a shot.
You don't mess with the
Homeboy just took a shot. That was funny. Homeboy in the gray hair, he just took a shot. That was crazy. He was just like,
Why don't you guys talk to him? You guys want a shot at Wiseau?
yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't know if that is, but yeah.
Yeah, we do. Thanks, dude.
They have it.
So anyway, so he died twice. So they put a robot body on him, and then they tried to go on the road to Zion, and then
Zola.
he get Zola. I don't know.
You don't mess with the
Zohan.
Zola.
Zohan.
Right.
So they go there, and then he gets chopped into little bitty pieces.
Exactly.
And then Alita Battle Angel's holding onto his hand for dear life, and he has one arm, no legs. And she's like, yeah,
this whole
she's
part.
like, don't let go. She's like, don't move. She's like, don't move. And he's like, not moving at all. She's like, don't move. Don't do anything.
BC, like I cannot move.
That's what I want to know. She's like literally holding on. She's hanging from the sword that she's cut.
Oh, that's
in,
right. He's like torso of a man.
So here she is. She's like hanging. Like here's the sword, hanging in there, and she's like, don't let go.
And she's like, she's like, stop moving. And he's like, not moving. He's like, don't move.
How would you? Are you gonna like pull the sword out really quick and then stab it again and keep doing that? Like you can't keep doing like ice pick your way up.
Lift him up.
No, because every time like every time he moves a little bit, like his robot tendons are just like ripping even more.
Huge panorama of grease.
Yeah. No, like,
yeah.
It was terrible. Jimmy, if you're watching this, bro, I was 8 years old when Titanic came out. 1998, homie. It's 2019. Drop the I'll never let go, I'm gonna hold your hand bullshit. Like, that's not Hollywood, that's not romance, it ain't cute.
It worked 25 years ago.
It worked 25 years ago, that's what fucking won you the Oscars, bro.
Right,
But you
27.
cut it out, and you'll be fine. I'm waiting for Avatar 2. Avatar 2.
We all are.
And I will, I'm not.
Yeah, nobody is, exactly. Anyway, this is a 40-minute long movie review. The movie review is longer and more entertaining than the actual movie. The movie's funny though. If you guys want to have a couple drinks and have some buddies over, I couldn't take it seriously. It was a joke of a movie. The movie sucked, but it was a lot of fun to watch. Go see it. Go see it.
Go see it and let us know what you think. It's a lot better than going to see like a Lakeview Terrace or something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what that is. Yeah,
it's a terrible movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I am the police.
All right, on that note, guys, like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos.
In the exactly, subscribe also down in the comments below.
Branko, Anger, love you.
Subscribe. Down below.
See you tomorrow.